Okay, everyone at Deep Space High, I'm ready to transmit my presentation on spaceports. You're gonna love it! Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Now, when you think about spaceports, you might have the idea of astronauts setting off on adventures to infinity and beyond. The reality is going to be a bit different, at least to start with. So, who'll be using them? Actually, it's more of a question of what, and the answer is satellites. Satellites are man-made objects which we send into orbit around the Earth. Satellites can help us communicate by sending phone, TV and internet signals around the planet. Some do experiments and observe the atmosphere. They might be analysing the surface of the Earth to measure changes in the environment. In the last 5 years, there have been around 900 satellites launched. But over the next 10 years, it's expected that there'll be over 3,000 launched. That's a lot of launches. Now, satellites come in all shapes and sizes. The International Space Station is the largest man-made satellite, although it's one which has been in part built in space. Some satellites are very small indeed. CubeSats can be as small as a Rubik's Cube, or even smaller. They'd fit into the palm of your hand. Small, cheap satellites are becoming more common. They're quicker to build, using parts that already exist. But even then, getting them into space can be an astronomical amount. That's because, at the moment, they have to hitch a ride with much larger cargoes. And those cargoes might be setting off from the other side of the world. And to make things even more expensive, these launches are often rockets that launch vertically, which can cost millions of pounds, because the rocket can only be used once. Experts think that we should be able to get these smaller satellites into orbit in ways that don't cost as much, like using reusable spaceplanes. A number of smaller satellites could be grouped together and share a launch. And if they could be launched close to where they're built, that would help smaller manufacturers cut costs. It also means that different companies would have opportunities to work together. Perhaps laboratories and construction hangars to develop their technology could be based at the new spaceports. Now, spaceplanes can't solve all the problems for satellite manufacturers. There are limits to how big the payloads can be and how far into orbit they'll be able to go. But with so many new satellites wanting to launch, we can still expect our spaceports to be busy places. Uh-oh, losing the connection. Catch you next time.
Deep Space High, Spaceports. With support from the UK Space Agency. Find out more at funkidslive.com/space.